Hey there, in this video you're going to learn the importance of frameworks and the 4 aspects to make a compelling framework come alive so that you can create a message that's memorable, impactful, and moves people to action. Stay tuned. Hey there, Mel Abraham here from Thoughtpreneur Academy. In this video you're going to learn the importance of frameworks and the 4 aspects to make them come alive. Frameworks for me are one of the key tools as a thought leader to set you apart, to create distinctions. Careers have actually been built on frameworks. And frameworks that are done properly can move people to action, can move them emotionally, and also logically. It's the one tool that I think we have in our arsenal that allows you to marry the right brain and the left brain, the brain and the heart together. So what are the 4 aspects? The first thing, and you can look at them as 4 aspects, you can also look at them as the 4 steps. So the first thing is this, is that every framework has a formation. Every framework is built on squares, triangles, and circles. It's the only shapes you got. You can say it's an oval, but it's a squash circle. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing. But the question is that each shape indicates some psychological impact. A triangle indicates direction. A square, maybe boundaries. A circle, possibly inclusiveness. So the question you got to ask yourself is, if I'm going to create a framework, a diagram of the message I'm trying to convey, what shape would psychologically help convey that? So that's the first thing, is choosing the formation. The second step is really about choosing the information. One of the challenges for most thought leaders is we know a lot of stuff. And the challenge is when we know a lot of stuff, we want to dump a lot of stuff. And we give too much to our audience. What we really need to do is give them specifically what they need to do to go from point A to point B, no more. Get them there, then we'll give them the next step. So the question you got to ask yourself is, what specific information, 2 to maybe 5 points, do you need to put on the framework that allows them to move from point A to point B? Then the third part is what is the emotion? Yeah, absolutely. The question that you got to ask is in this framework, what kind of emotion am I trying to bring out in my audience? What kind of emotion am I trying to bring out in my customer? Is it angst? Is it frustration? Is it aspiration? Is it excitement? Because we can build that into the framework. I mean, think about a visual construct, a shape that will show elevation, it'll show aspiration, or it may show barriers and obstacles, which starts to generate angst. So when you're creating your framework, one of the key elements is to decide what emotion are you trying to embed in the design of the framework, which then leads to this last piece. And this was one of the most important pieces of frameworks that most people don't get right, and that's orchestration. You don't take a bunch of shapes and a bunch of words and just slap it up on a slide. You don't take it and just put it in front of people. What you do is you create a dance with the framework, with the words and the shapes between you and the audience, whether it's sitting on a napkin at a table or up on a screen or on a flip chart or on an iPad. Bottom line is that one of the things that you want to do is orchestrate how you build it, because what that does is it allows you to navigate their thinking, to allow them to reveal. If you think about Wheel of Fortune, the reveal of the letters created some sort of suspense. So if I draw a couple of circles but I don't put the words in there, the audience is with me the whole way, and now I can orchestrate their thinking and make sure that they're in the right state of mind, they have the right knowledge, and they're in the right place before I expose and reveal the next piece. So those are the 4 things that you need to have in every single framework: the formation, the information, the emotion, and the orchestration to make it come alive. If there's one thing that you need to master as a thought leader, master as an authority and an influencer, it's frameworks. Because the bottom line is, if you don't get this right, if you miss one aspect of the framework and it's not working, it could be the difference between your message getting across, them taking the actions that will change the trajectory of their life, that will change how they are, how their business is, and not. Them continuing in the suffering, continuing in the challenge, continuing in the obstacles, and then they look at you and say, your stuff doesn't work. So the key is to make sure that you have all 4 aspects of the framework. We can't get it wrong. So to help you make that easier, I've got a download for you that I created called the Framework Formula that walks you through the steps, walks you through the framework formula and the key elements to do that. So click the link around this video so you can download it now and that you can get your frameworks dialed in correctly. And we'll see you in the next video next week. See you soon. Stay tuned. See you soon. It's like
10 seconds.
Yes. See you soon. Don't go anywhere.
I told you I'd see you soon.
Is that soon enough?